Like in summer, it was the summer of the barbecue. I think I'm very good at connecting people, like making like an occasion out of like really like basic things. I mean, we're having a dream dinner party, so it could be anywhere, right? I'm such a little mermaid. Looking at the horizon or like the colors reflecting, it's really like calming for me. Worst case scenario, we're not having those at my dinner party. When was the last time you roasted a chicken? Like, and then I'll know how your mental health is doing. And then we would finish with probably like a fat hunk of tiramisu. We love eating.
Oh, hey guys, and welcome back to season 3 of Tables to Talk About, the podcast where I chat with guests about their dream dinner parties, from the dishes they'd serve and the drinks they pair to their guests' music, hosting, and more. I am so excited to dig into another season with you, chatting to more incredible tastemakers about food and dining. But before we start this one, I would love if you could just take a second to rate and review the podcast and share it with a friend. I've said it before, but doing this helps so much with allowing us to reach new people and to be able to keep speaking to amazing guests. We are kicking off with Kaiva Kaimins, founder of My Lady Garden, a London-based modern floral design studio creating flowers for events, installations, workshops, and most recently also the founder of ladygarden.world, an online flower school with a mission to educate a new generation of florists. Kai and I have been working in the same kind of circles for a while now and is a fellow food lover who also shares her eats on her personal Instagram. We both left this episode so hungry, so enjoy, but maybe make sure not to have an empty stomach when you're listening to this one. Let's get into it. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Thanks for coming on the pod.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I was just saying how brown you look and jealous I
Well,
am.
well, come to Mexico. Come visit me.
I would literally love to come to Mexico. It's high up on my list, to be fair.
To be fair, it's not actually that hard to get to. It's like 10
Yeah,
hours direct flight from Heathrow. Nope, from Gatwick to Cancun.
it's doable. It's very doable. I mean, so much good food, loads of mugs. I feel like Mexico is up there with like,
I feel like it sounds like what I'm hearing is the next podcast should be recorded live and direct here.
that's what we should have done.
You should have just come here. But alas, here we are. Is it
Here
warm
we
in
are.
London?
The weather's like upped its game. We were not sure that summer was ever going to come for a while, I think.
And then here it
But
is.
it's been much better. I'm just hoping it stays because like it's already August and where's the like sun been?
It's gonna stay. Here I am sending you some sunshine. It's gonna stay.
Ready for send us some Mexico sunshine.
Yeah, for sure. It's like constantly 34 degrees.
Oh my god, is it a lot?
It's very humid. It's like 90% humidity.
But I feel like it's quite nice when you like then go into like aircon and you're like, ah,
Refreshing.
yeah. Whereas like we don't have the beauty of that in the UK. We're just like, yeah, no.
The UK doesn't have aircon. It bewilders me.
I know, just we just don't know how to cope. We're just like, oh, cool. It's like 30 degrees, and unless you go to a Lido or you like have 3 fans in your face, you're like, cannot deal. Anyway, how are you? How is Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico's good. So I'm just working remotely for 6 months. And I'm gonna kind of be back and forth a bit. But yeah, it's good. I just got here like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like acclimatizing still. But so far, so good.
For anyone who doesn't follow you, tell us who you are, what you
Probably a
do.
lot of people. My name is Kai. I am the founder and creative director of My Lady Garden. We're a flower studio. Well, it's kind of like, it's not just a florist or just a flower studio. It's kind of turned into a brand, which is super exciting. But primarily we're based in London. I'm also the author of Flower Porn, which is like a how-to flower book. And yeah, I work with all things flowers, from like events to weddings to brand work. We have a flower school. We have an online flower school. Anything flowery and creative, that's our thing.
Trying to do it all.
Trying to do it all. Actually, do you know when this podcast is coming out?
Very soon, Thursday.
Oh, that is very soon. Okay, well then I won't tell you a secret about what's happening in October. So, haha.
Okay, sneaky secret coming in October.
There's a sneaky secret that might be a complete rebrand that's launching in October, but
Well, you heard it here first.
I won't tell you what it's called. I thought maybe if it was coming out later, I could like do a sneaky
No, it's
drop in, but
definitely
but
we're all about quick turnaround here.
we love that. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not organised enough to not have the quick turnaround.
Well, love that for you.
How did you get into flowers?
I moved to London. I'm from Australia. I moved to London when I was 18 on like a gap year, but it kind of turned into a gap 10 years. I was meant to study graphic design. I didn't. Like, I was meant to go back after my year and study.
I did graphics.
Did you? Yeah, mine are
Mhm.
kind of just a bit ad lib. I feel like I'm good. I've got a creative eye, but I've got no idea what I'm doing with graphics.
I decided like straight up it wasn't for me.
I just think it's very specific and technical, and that's not really how my brain works.
Has a lot of ties between like you can bring it into a lot of other creative stuff.
Yeah, bit too technical for me. I didn't like go to uni or anything. My mum is very like Eastern European. She was like, you have to go to university, otherwise you will not be successful. And I was like, oh, I just I don't want to go back to Australia, so I'm just going to study something here. And I kind of did a bit of like a brainstorm on what I liked doing on weekends, and I knew it had to be creative, and I kind of just picked floristry on a whim, like very didn't really put too much thought into it, and just booked onto like a diploma in London in Covent Garden, and then just like got really good. Like, I worked really hard, interned at lots of places, started very much at the bottom, and now I've been working with flowers for like 8 years. That's kind of how I started, like by accident.
Mad. I think the best things happen by accident though.
Totally. I think when I started, I was like, oh shit, I don't know if this is what I thought it was going to be. It's a lot more physical than I thought. Like, you have to start really at the bottom. And the only way you get better is by practicing and training and like interning and just like doing the stuff to like get used to it. It worked out great.
Yeah, I mean, worked out a treat. 8 years though, mad. Has it gone fast or do you feel like it's been long?
I can't believe it's been that long, but within that time, I mean, I can believe it. So, Lady Garden has been a business. I always get bloody confused. I think this is our fourth year of business. I think last year I accidentally celebrated our fourth when it was actually our third, but that's just so me. My brain just can't, like, I'm always ordering the wrong pieces of paper and my years are getting oopsies. But this is our fourth year of business. And so, like, the other 4 years, two of them I lived in New York and I was just working and freelancing for like so many different people. And then the 2 years before that was like studying and interning. So it's been like a real, I think people just see like the last maybe 2 years and they're like, oh wow. And I'm like, there has been 6 years of like hustling to get to that point. But yeah, it has gone quickly. But then when you look at it, I'm like, oh shit, there's a lot. I've done a lot.
Yeah, how did I squeeze that all in?
How did I do that? Doesn't sound like me to do a million things at once. Kidding.
So, we're going to be talking about your dream dinner party. Do you like to host?
I love hosting. When I was living in London, I'd have my friends over for like in summer, it was the summer of the barbecue. We love a barbecue. I love to host. I think I'm very good at connecting people and I love making people feel like they're at home. I'd host a lot of different things. Could have been a cute pancake morning with like the gals or like, just like making like an occasion out of like really like basic things. Pretty much that is my vibe. But yeah, I love hosting.
Would you be hosting your dream dinner party?
I think so, probably. Yeah, I think I would be. I mean, maybe I could like switch for the last hour and then be like, and now I'm gonna not be hosting. But I like organizing and hosting. I'm not a control freak, I promise.
Yeah, if you had somebody else hosting, would you be like jealous?
No, I'd probably just have that annoying bit in my head that's like, I would have done it different.
Yeah. Oh,
Or
that's
like,
so
what
funny.
did I do? Oh, I would have maybe done this differently. So
Yeah, but it's fine.
but it's fine and I like it, but I would have done it differently.
Where are you going to be hosting?
I mean, we're having a dream dinner party, so it could be anywhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely anywhere.
Nothing is off the literal table. I think my dream dinner party, it has to be like it's not on the beach, but it's like very close to a big body of water, but not like a lake, very much the ocean. It's very much like pink sunset vibes. I'm such a little mermaid. Like, I literally belong in the water, but I find looking at the horizon or like the colors reflecting, it's really like calming for me and I feel like it would be really pretty. But I feel like it would be in like someone's beautiful back garden that's like on the beach, but you're not in the sand. You're in like the nice grassy bit. So it's like, like
Gorge house overlooking the beach.
gorge house overlooking the beach. Yeah, it's probably like late summer. There's lots of garden roses around, but not like cottage corey, just like really nice and calm.
Yeah, are we in the UK? Are we else? Where are we?
I think it's maybe like Sydney, but or it could be like I don't want to say Hawaii, but like that kind of vibe, like really like warm and like relaxed and like nice. Could be bloody Mexico for all I know.
You're gonna have to like you've only been there 2 weeks. You got to suss out the gorge houses overlooking the beach.
Yeah, literally. I don't think specific location or like part of the world matters as much as like the beautiful ocean does. Like last night I saw a beautiful sunset. Could have been there.
Let's talk table.
I find this part of, especially when I'm working events, stressful. So I'd probably get someone to help me with this, but it's
Hmm.
probably really basic. Like when I host my dinner parties or when I host my friends over, it's usually like a bed sheet that's linen that's like chucked
Yeah,
over a table and it's like crumpled. I don't like anything looking too like neat or polished. It's always a bit like mismatchy. But I reckon there would be candles. Are we talking about like table, like plates and stuff, or are we talking about like styling elements or all of it?
all of it.
All of it. Okay, so linens, probably in like neutrally vibes. It's so weird because I feel like my brand and like I work with color all the time. And then when it's for me, I like don't like mixing flowers and I like really basic stuff. So probably like a linen vibe. I really love tomatoes and cherry tomatoes and like fruit and flowers together. So I think like there would be pops of like really scented roses and cherry tomatoes, just kind of like blee, 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 kind
Yeah,
of
love
doing a
that.
little like a little moment. Probably like there's like butter and like seashells and like, but not like kitschy, just like a pop of like
Yeah.
something a bit like oceany and pearly, linens, plates and stuff. I don't know. I find that stuff really hard to visualize because it's not my jam, but probably something quite
Mhm.
basic, lol.
Yeah.
Candles.
I do think sometimes people overthink the tableware, especially like with brand events and stuff that like we do. I think there's something really lovely about the tableware being quite simple.
You know that beautiful artist from, is he from Stockholm? Maybe Gustav Westman. You know
Oh,
his plates and
yeah.
stuff. You know him? They're like a bit like wacky, but his plates are like really like, they almost look like they've been inflated by a balloon.
Yeah, I know the ones.
I mean, I feel like I'm always drawn to pops of like red and pink, but like
Mhm.
I really that would be like minimal. Like it would probably be like the flowery stuff, and the rest of it would probably be like crisp whites and like I don't know, like if like chuck a few candelabras on there and chuck some cherry tomatoes hanging off them. It's just so chill, thrown together, but like it looks really like kitsch, but in like a cute way. Probably people would have their names handwritten and scribbled on like a
Yeah.
cute note, that kind of thing.
Like taper candles on your candelabras, or are we going like
Yeah, probably. I have these two candelabras that I bought in Mexico City last time I was here, and they've got like hand painted like fruit on them.
cute?
But like just like a bit like whack. Nothing's ever really gonna match if we're going to a dinner party hosted by
Yeah.
me. I also hate it when you go to like a dinner party and you're like, oh my god, I don't want to break anything.
Yeah.
Like you wanna like relax. Probably some lovely wine glasses that have got a really thin stem.
Yeah, wine glass is important.
Yeah, wine glass is important.
I've had so many conversations with people on this podcast about how wine tastes different out of different glasses.
God, give me a wine glass that's so thin that I could snap it.
Yeah, you can have the best wine, and if you're in a pub and they give you that short, like stumpy, thick glass, it just tastes shit.
Awful. Bleh. No,
And it's
thank
always
you.
like a bit warm out of the dishwasher. You know what I mean?
Worst case scenario, we're not having those at my dinner party, actually. Oh, and there'd be sparkling water on tap. Like, I am such a sparkling water girly at dinners.
I'm actually not a sparkling water girl.
Are you not?
No.
It's fine, you're not invited.
I like a sparkling water if like you're doing something else with it, like it's got something else in it, but
No.
I just would rather have a still water than a fizzy water.
Oh, I would drink sparkling water and I would get rid of still water and I would have it so sparkling that when you drink it, it burns. Like, I love it.
Really
The
divides
thrill,
people, doesn't it?
the thrill of sparkling water.
So we've set the scene. Tables set, thrown together. Sunset's coming in.
Yeah, it's pink, it's pretty.
Who have you invited?
I mean, probably a bunch of my best friends, but I know that you have asked for someone that's dead. And I think I would invite my grandma, who I haven't, I've never met her, but I feel like
Nice.
from what I've heard, she would be a G. So I'd like to invite her. She's just like, she used to be a swimwear model, and she just like always looked really like elegant, and like her hair was real cool and like pin-uppy, and just like she just seems like a hoot. So I would invite her, and then alive, I was gonna invite Julie Andrews.
I love that.
Because I just feel like, or like Meryl Streep, I just feel like
Yeah.
their stories would be hilarious. Or Florence Pugh. I feel like her and I would get along really well.
Yeah, I feel like she'd have a lot of vibes at a dinner.
Just also like a lot of stories. Like, I'm just like, just tell me about your life. I want to hear all the funny, random crap that's
Yeah.
going on. And then fictional, tricky. But I think I don't know why I'm obsessed with mermaids today, probably because I was at the beach all weekend. But I do think I'd invite the Little Mermaid because I just am like, what have you got to tell me,
Yeah.
fictional lady?
The Little Mermaid was always my favorite Disney film.
Oh, it's the best. That and Aristocats. Love them.
Aristocats is such a throwback as well. I feel like Prince Eric was like my first crush.
Oh God, you know I had a crush on what's the Disney film? Oh, about is it Joseph and something? What do they oh my God. Not the Technicolor Dreamcoat. King of Egypt? The Prince of what
Oh
is that
yeah,
one?
the Prince of Egypt.
Prince of Egypt. That
I
film,
think.
that was my first cartoon crush. That was like, woo
I need to
wee.
look it up.
Oh my God, look up. I'm gonna actually look it up right now. Prince of Egypt. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where he's like a bit topless. And I was like, whiz. Okay. Okay, honey. And he like cuts his hair and is topless. I was like, okay. We see
This
what
guy. What are your thoughts on the new Little Mermaid?
I did watch it the other day. I like it. I think the other one, nothing is gonna ever be like the other
Yeah.
one.
It's a tough gig to remake them for sure.
I usually don't like the remakes, but I like
Mhm.
this one. It's different. It's quite a lot darker, I think. But also
Mhm.
the OG Little Mermaid story is really dark. So
Yeah.
like not much you can do about
Yeah.
it. I think it's good. Do you like it?
Yeah, I did like it. I think I need to watch it again. I just watched it when it came out, but
Have you watched the new Mean Girls?
no, apparently it's a musical, isn't it?
Yep.
Have you seen it?
Yep.
Thoughts?
It's like an okay watch, but I was like, this is so weird. They've tried to replicate exact scenes and outfits and things from the first one. And I
I
was
do
like,
think if you're going to remake something, you do need to like give it a bit of a spin. Like, what's the point if you're going to do the same thing?
the spin is that they sing.
I don't think it's enough. Also, I don't think they needed to make a Mean Girls be a musical.
Well, it's silly because if it was a musical first and they made a film, it would be really good. But because
Mm.
everyone loves the film so much, and then why didn't they just stick to it being on like the theater as the musical? Why'd they need to make a movie of the musical? Oh well, how did we get onto musicals?
Absolutely no idea. Little Mermaid.
Ah, there we go.
I think you can't win them all.
You can't, but Little Mermaid. Maybe I'd invite the Prince of Egypt.
Would you have the Little Mermaid as a mermaid or
Yeah,
when she's got
but
legs?
she's well, yeah, no, she's gonna be a mermaid. She magically can, survive. There's a little something's gone on here. Disney's allowing her to sit there with her fishy tail.
You get a little like ice bath or something.
Yeah, a little ice bath for her, and I reckon that her two sidekicks, I reckon Flounder and the little crab would be there as well. I think that's a cute little moment.
Sebastian could be like running around the table and stuff.
Hopefully not being eaten.
Dangerous game. So you've got the Little Mermaid. You're going Julie Andrews alive.
Julie or Florence? God, can I not have two?
All right, I'll let it slide.
Thank you. Because I feel like they would be good.
They would. I would like to see them chat. To be fair.
Yeah, and then my grandma who'd just be
Oh
like,
yeah.
Grim.
We'll jump back into our chat with Kai in just a second, but first I have to share something very exciting with you. If you love discovering new high quality spirits like I do, you need to check out Mezcal Reina. Mezcal Reina is about delivering small batch premium quality mezcal that's made the traditional way. They use wild agave grown to full maturity with no preservatives or chemicals, just pure, clean mezcal that's additive free and won't leave you with a hangover. What's really cool is that Mezcal Reina is the only female founded agave spirit in the UK. They're passionate about their Mexican heritage and want to bring bring the best mezcal to the UK whilst educating people about its beauty. They have 2 ultra premium single plant mezcals and 2 blended agave mezcals, all available at Master of Malt. Whether you're hosting a dinner party or just want to treat yourself, Mezcal Reina is perfect for making any occasion special. So, if you're inspired by our talk about Mexico, why not bring a taste of it into your home with Mezcal Reina? Trust me, it'll be a hit with your guests. Head over to Master of Malt to grab a bottle, and a big thank you to Mezcal Reina for sponsoring this episode. Let's get back into it. We're setting the scene, what are you listening to? Like, what music would you usually put on when you've got people around?
Ooh, like a bit of Cleo Soul, like vibey. I mean, I love making playlists so much, but I feel like for this particular, group of people, yeah, like a bit like Cleo Soul, then probably some like Stan Get chill, like Brazilian guitar vibes. Yeah, like very relaxy.
I think that goes with the like sunset calming
Yeah,
you
I love a
down.
lot of like old Japanese vinyls, of like Japanese like
Interesting.
jazz. I know the most random
It's so
things I
niche.
like. I have yeah, so niche. There's a lot of beautiful like Japanese hi-fi bars. I've not been to any, but the vinyls that
Mhm.
they have of like old Japanese like funk and disco as well. So if we were,
Fun.
to start boogieing later in the evening, maybe
Mhm.
we'd step it up and up. But Japanese like jazz.
Chill vibe happening. Do you like change up the music when you have people around for different things, or do you have like go-tos that you always?
I think I change it up depending on the crowd of people and depending on the vibe
Yeah,
that I want. Like if you want it, I think if you want it somewhere to be quite vibey, you can't really play like chill jazz. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? But like if you're hosting like a party, you could start it with a bit chill and then make your playlist go like faster and faster or
Mhm.
like getting more vibey as it goes. I also don't think it's a good idea to ever start on like crazy vibes because then everyone's a bit like,
Agree.
ugh.
Yeah, unless you got a crazy group.
I know. I feel like for this particular dinner party though, like it's sunset. You've got like probably like a delicious like spritz or like some kind of bubbly like champagne, and you're just like, what? Chill, chill vibes.
Incredible segue into food and drink.
What are we eating?
We're getting into the big stuff.
Babe, we could talk about this for hours.
Yeah, you can do drinks and food together if that's helpful.
This is just like, what am I hungry for today? No, I feel like there would be like starter wise, obviously there's oysters, obviously. How could you not?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Whatever, she doesn't, you're not invited. Do you like sparkling water or oysters? It's fine.
I just can't.
Okay, I love them. I adore them. I would have oysters. I'd probably also have like, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of food if it's me there. I'd probably have some kind of like ceviche. I just love really zesty. Like I'm imagining it to be quite warm, and when it's warm, I don't want to eat really like heavy stuff. There's obviously champagne because it's me. I'm loving that I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be anything like too warm, and then I'm like, obviously there's a rotisserie chicken. I literally have friends be like, Kai, I'm just checking in on you. Like, when was the last time you roasted a chicken? Like, and then I'll know how your mental health is doing. Like, I roast one probably like every like 10 days, like,
I love
if not
that.
every 2 weeks. Like, I just self proclaimed queen of chicken. My favorite one at the moment is this like miso chicken. My friend Kelly wrote a cookbook and it's in there and it's so good. Obviously, I'm going to walk you through it. Spatchcock a chicken, and then you rub the whole thing in butter and salt and pepper, and then you get miso paste, like white miso
Yeah.
paste, and I think it's like 2 or 3 tablespoons, and you kind of like make a bit of like a sauce and just pour it at the bottom of the tray. Then you like roast it, but every like 10 minutes you baste it with the
Taste it.
miso, and it
Mm.
just turns into the most delicious thing. And then I saw this recipe actually where a guy takes you take the chicken out, carve it up, all of that good stuff. And then he got bread, like sourdough cubes, and put it into like the chicken juices, and then like cooked it again, made croutons, and then you make a
Um,
salad that's like it's like a warm chicken salad with like yeah, I feel like this is the vibe with like delicious like lettuce, and then like your warm chicken like in there, and then your like chickeny fat croutons, and it's like
mm,
miso and delicious and parmesan and blah 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 blah. That kind of
yum.
like something like really like basic but really delicious.
I saw on the similar wavelength, I saw a recipe the other day that was like you take the chicken out and then you cook rice in all the juices.
Yep, I've done that before. That is
So
also
good.
delicious. Yum, chicken. Oh, is there
Mm.
anything better than roast? Like,
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to beat.
I think one of my 5 love languages is roast chicken.
What are you having to drink with the main? You sticking with champagne?
No, I mean I would always drink champagne. But I feel like we'd probably go to just like a really I mean, I love like this is so basic, but I just love like a juicy chilled red.
Yeah,
But I
same.
don't know if I want that with chicken. But also, it is hot, so maybe just like a delicious selection of wines. You know,
Yeah.
we'll see what Julie Andrews and Florence are in the mood for. Just
Hmm.
some delicious wine, and then we would finish with probably like a fat hunk of tiramisu. I do also have a particular affinity for like anything apple stewed fruit based as a
Okay.
dessert. We're talking apple strudel, like apple pie, like anything appley. Yum. So probably like there'd be two desserts. I'd be like, for those that want tiramisu, you know when you serve it in like the giant thing and you just kind of
Yeah.
slop
Slop it
it
on.
down.
Yeah.
Slip, slap, slop, delicious. Or maybe like, and then maybe there's, you know, desserts just keep coming out throughout the evening. If you want a little snack, you can have one.
Well, you just like leave them in the middle so people can keep going back.
Yeah, you just keep nibbling. But
Mm.
I'm usually like, oh, let me go and nibble on some chicken skin from the roast
Yeah.
chicken.
No, if it's me, the chicken skin's gone like immediately. There's no chicken skin when it gets to dessert. We cook roast chicken quite a lot, and like the chicken skin barely makes it out of the kitchen.
Oh, it's so good.
The longer you leave it, the worse it gets.
Yeah, you just need to eat it when it's fresh and
Straight
hot and
up, straight
dripping.
off.
Straight. Oh, maybe I need to roast a bloody chicken today. Yum. I'm hungry now.
You know, this podcast is a disaster for me.
For being hungry, I'm like,
If I do them in the morning, I'm like, lunchtime is just game over.
this is me right now. I'm like, oh my god, I need to devour something. I'm the type of person I'd have a early dinner. Like I'd probably start at like 6:37. So you've finished eating by like 9, but we're gonna keep chatting. And so when it comes round to like some nuggets or some fries or like a burger, like we love eating and like I just love a midnight snack.
What would your like late night snack of choice place be? Like where are you getting your fast food from?
If I'm at home, actually, I take it all back. I don't want to get fast food. I want to make everyone grilled cheese sandwiches, but the ones that
Yeah.
I do are like whatever bread I have lying around. And then you know that square, like American cheese, the
Yeah.
plastic looking one?
Yeah.
So I get that. I butter both sides of my sourdough. I put American cheese in there and like some kind of relish. Nope, that's a lie. Take the relish out. Sorry, because I realized I want to dip it in ketchup. And
Fair.
then you toast it so that the cheese is all melty and gooey. Chop it up, dip it in ketchup. That it will be the midnight snack. Yep, that.
Yeah. You
I
could
haven't found anywhere that can
put
deliver
leftover chicken
anything.
in there.
Stop.
What are you drinking with dessert?
Like a whiskey sour, probably. There's
Keep
lots
them
of drinking
coming.
going on. There's
Yeah.
probably a margarita at some point, maybe upon arrival. I don't know. Just
You just
delicious.
got someone in the corner making them constantly.
I'm just like, well, it's the dream dinner party. It's not me. I'm not making them. I'm just drinking them.
Yeah, I feel like when you like cocktails are all well and good until like you're like, oh, I actually just need to like actually go and make them now, and then you're like, it takes too long. It's such a faff.
And then you're like, God, how many limes does it take to do like 10 ml of lime juice?
Yeah, and also if you're me, you get lazier and lazier as you go on. So like you use more and more, less and less fresh lime, and
Or you're like, there's no lime juice left. Straight tequila it
yeah,
is.
yeah, it's just shots now.
So funny.
Then you have Craig David's, and then you've like brought it back round just in a different way.
What the fuck is it? What's a Craig? No, please tell me.
A tequila shot, but then you have a chaser of pineapple juice.
Oh, yeah, I'd do that. I'd do that.
So you just switch it around. So then you're still having juice, you're just having the shot, and then the very easy chaser. No squeezing required.
No, pineapple juice is great to mix things with.
Yeah, agree. Also, it just, yeah, it's a good combo with tequila.
Yeah, sounds divine. Let's do it.
I feel like you need to make this happen now. You're in Mexico.
Guys, come to Mexico. The dinner party's happening.
So you've had your meal, everyone's around the table. Are you partial to a bit of entertainment?
My friend Serena introduced me to it. What is it called? It's a game where there's like a host. Oh my god, it has a specific name. What the hell is it? Traitors. Have you played it?
Yeah.
I learnt this game for the first time this year, and it is so funny. I would play Traitors, but by this point, everyone's like a few champagnes deep. Like, it's very funny. Can you
Yeah,
imagine Julie
God.
Andrews and Florence Pugh?
I feel like Julie
playing?
Andrews would be great at
She would
Traitors.
be so good at
She'd
Traitors.
be so deadpan.
Everyone always thinks I'm the traitor every time I play it. Everyone looks at me and they're like, "You have a mischievous face." I'm like, "This is my face. I can't
This is
help
just
it.
how I am.
This is how I look."
Did you watch the TV program?
No,
Because that's where it came from. Oh my god, you have to watch the TV program.
I know I'm not allowed that many guests, but my friend Serena would have to come along because she is the funniest host. at just like riling everyone up. It's so funny. But yeah, I would play traders and then just, chill. Maybe a game of Uno. Who knows? I love a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, same. Like a game. I
Yeah.
think also like you got to have like those things on the side in case like the night goes that way.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm usually like, right, everyone, we're playing a game. This is my dinner party.
I've not done traitors at a dinner party before, but I think it's a good.
The last time I played it was at like I hosted like a few like creative like arty nights with like a few of my mates that like we all like drawing and painting, but we didn't want to just like do it by ourselves. So we kind of just had a night. We ended up all just bringing snacks and wine, and then we did our painting for like half an hour, and then we were like, should we play a game? Board game night should like come back.
I agree. I think people are into board games or they're not though. Like you need the right people for a games night because some people just it's not their thing. And you're like you're killing the vibe. Do you know what I mean? You need to know off the bat if those people want to play games. Because when there's one person involved that's not that interested, you're like you're like really ruining it for everyone else.
Oh no, I make them sit out. I'm like, if you don't want to play, there's the corner.
There's the
Uh,
corner.
there's go wash the dishes if you want. That's a nice game.
Fair. Yeah, you're not thinking about dishes at your dream dinner party though.
No, they
Only as
they just get done. But if there's someone that doesn't want to play traders, you best believe they will be
yeah.
doing the dishes.
I've got some quick fire questions for you.
God, the stress.
None of them are too stressful, hopefully. What's your go-to snack?
Charcuterie. Like I could just devour a pack of salami.
Takeaway of choice.
Often fried chicken or like anything like Asian like Cantonese food.
If you're getting fried chicken, fussy where you're getting it from?
I'm terrible. When I was in London, I'd have my like Dixie chicken if I wanted like my late night disgusting fried whatever. Or I actually really like the Sister of Dumpling Shack. They opened one called Szechuan Fry that I really like. I could eat
I've
any
not
fried
been there.
chicken though. I also love a KFC. I've had it for the first time last year and I was like, oh,
A KFC for the first time last year.
yeah, I'm usually a McDonald's girl.
Yeah, fair, but you can't get fried chicken at McDonald's.
No, so then I discovered a whole chain to do with fried chicken.
Who knew? Who
Who
knew?
knew? Who knew? Strictly think that fried chicken belongs not in a burger, it belongs by itself.
Totally agree. Get rid of the
So,
bread. Don't need it. Also, the outside is the best bit. Nobody actually really wants the chicken on the inside.
exactly, everyone just wants the outside delicious dough.
Whatever it is.
It's not dough, whatever it is,
Yeah.
that's stuff.
Okay, favorite cookbook or like go-to cookbook?
I'm really bad at following recipes, but the cookbook I was saying before, my friend Kelly's, she released one last year called Spring. I think it's really small. It's I don't know, 50 pages or something. But it's just like 10 or something recipes that are just like really simple and easy and delicious and like quite homey. I'll send you a link to it afterwards. I love that cookbook. I'd love to say that I like following recipes, but I actually just read it and then I wing it.
I like to like read a recipe, mostly do the recipe, and then just like make a couple changes myself. Yeah, see what I've got in the fridge that needs using up, like throw that in. Yeah.
Like when it's like, oh, use, I don't know, like buttermilk. I'm like, I've got Greek yogurt. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, you've got to like if you've not got an ingredient, you've got to do your best, you know? Favorite hostess gift to give? Like if you're going to a dinner party, what are you taking with you?
I mean, I always bring flowers.
Stupid question.
I really like when, because everyone brings like wine and stuff, right? Usually that's what people bring. I love bringing flowers and maybe like a herb or a spice from like travels that I've been on. Like, I think that's the best souvenir that you can bring people. But like, imagine if you're in India and you just buy like some like spices from a spice market. I'm like adding this last minute, but I would definitely bake as maybe like a take home treat or maybe with like a coffee at some point in this dinner party. Now we're on to, we're eating so much. We're very hungry. We'll draw it out. My friend Millie makes a burnt butter banana bread. Her recipe, I don't know if you've made Millie Taylor's banana bread.
No,
Oh my
will.
god, your house will smell so good if you bake this.
Okay.
But that with a double espresso, oh, that would also be involved at some point.
Speaking of not being very good at baking, I just got KitchenAid for my birthday.
Oh, what colour?
This year's colour. Have you seen it?
No, stop, you're talking dirty to me.
It's called Blue Salt. It's like blue, but it's got like a shimmer, like it's almost like got a shimmer of purple.
God.
It's gorge.
I
Anyway,
was going to say something very inappropriate, but I won't. But holy shit, that sound. I can't wait till I have a permanent residency because currently I'm just flip flopping around the universe. But I can't wait till I have like a house that I can be, or a home or a flat or whatever, that I can be like, and this year is the year I get a KitchenAid.
yeah, the thing is, we do not have enough space to have a KitchenAid out at all times. So we're just gonna have to find a partial home for the KitchenAid and then
Have you made anything in it yet?
no, not yet. My birthday was only 10 days ago.
Okay, happy belated birthday. What you need to do is make the burnt butter banana bread.
Okay, I will. Will do. And then I'll send you a pic.
In Google, type in BB Millie Taylor, and it will come up. Burnt butter, banana bread. And for all you listeners, go and make this banana bread. It's like, sorry, now I'm gonna get distracted, but
No,
it's
please.
you soak like raisins in like rum the night
Mhm.
before, and then you brown butter, so it's like almost like not
Mm.
black, but like a really deep brown, and it's really nutty. And then you use a brown sugar that when you add the foamy, delicious brown butter to the sugar, it like caramelizes. Oh, and then the rummy raisins in there. It is bliss. Also, if you ever want your house to smell really good, like I don't know if you're having
Rate that.
anything, if your landlord's coming around and you want to wow them, or if like it also is really quick to make. I don't always
Yeah.
soak the raisins though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we know that from getting lazy with recipes.
But it has the most delicious smell, and you also in your banana bread tin, you like butter it and then add demer whatever the dem sugar is.
Yeah.
Demerara,
Yeah, Demerara?
I call it the dem sugar because I know it
Yeah.
has DEM. But you put that on the outside, so it's like butter and that sugar. Then you pour your thing in. So when you flip it, it's got a crust of like sugar,
Like solid.
like solid sugar.
Ooh, this is gonna be my first bake. I'm thinking, when am I
Oh,
gonna do
yum!
this?
I'm hungry. I'm so ready for lunch.
Okay, couple more questions and then we'll wrap it up. Favorite crisp?
So I haven't had it in a long time, but my ultimate favorite crisp is light and tangy. In Australia, they have this
Okay.
crisp called light and tangy, which I think it's in a lime green pack. And it's like, I think it's got tomato flavor in, which sounds rank and
Mhm.
gross. I can't tell you, it's just delicious. Or there's this other brand called Red Rock Deli, and they do honey soy chicken flavored. Don't ask me, they're delicious. Or if neither of those, just a ready salted, babe. I love just a salty.
Sweet or savory?
Usually sweet. Currently going through a bit of a savory phase. Also, I'm laughing so much because the reason that we got distracted is because I got a call and it turns out he just wanted to know. He was like, which soft shell crab and duck do we get at Cafe TPT? Which is like my favorite Chinatown restaurant. I'm like, of course it was about food.
Incredible.
Any of the soft shell crab, and now I'm thinking about roast duck and I just want to eat it all.
Roast duck, roast chicken,
Oh,
chicken skin.
food. I'm just a hungry, hungry girl. I should have been in the Hungry, Hungry Caterpillar, the book, but it's me. I'm a hungry, hungry girl.
Oh, so funny. Can you send me a picture of whatever you eat after this?
Do you know what? I've been craving like a tuna sandwich. I know that's so basic, but I just bloody love a
That is
tuna
rogue.
mayo. And I got
Mm.
myself a fresh roll from the bakery this morning. And I
Mm.
got my tuna, and I'm just gonna. Don't tell me you don't like tuna.
No, I actually do like tuna. I can get on board.
Oh, okay. So she likes one thing. That's fine.
You know what? I'm actually not a fussy person, but I just can't get on board with oysters. I can't think of many other things that I wouldn't eat.
I have to be in the mood for them. If I'm not in the mood for oysters, they're probably the
Mhm.
most disgusting thing. Like I'm like, "Bleh." But if I'm like in the mood, like I'd love to eat like 12 oysters with the really tangy onion vinaigrette, French fries,
Mm.
and like a bottle of champagne. Clearly, there's a theme here. There's a theme here. But in New York, when I lived there, they had like buckashuck hours. So like happy hour, you'd have dollar oysters. And so like I'd be like, great, I'll have two margaritas, I'll have 12 oysters and fries, and I'm spending like not much.
And then you come to London and you're like, fuck.
And I'm like, okay, these are
You're gonna
expensive.
have to rein this in.
We're gonna, we're gonna rein it in. But I will.
I feel like we should end there.
Babe, I could keep chatting for hours. You just need to tell me when to stop. So it sounds like it's the end.
I mean, I could keep asking these questions. Asking people food questions is like my favorite thing.
Don't, because all I'll do is be like, I just need to eat something.
I just feel like that it's so fun. I mean, it's why I started this podcast.
Oh my god, so funny. I can't wait to see the hectic edit that this podcast is.
I mean, thank God I'm not going to have to edit it.
Sorry, you missed the edit.
Sorry, Em. All right, well, thanks so much. This was so fun.
But thank you for chatting to me about all things delicious and food. Has anyone interviewed you? Have you done a solo episode that I've not listened to?
No, I should do one, shouldn't I?
I want to know all about you.
I'd have to probably sit down and think about it for a long time.
But the thing is, you could have multiple dinner parties. That's what I decided. I was like, this is one of many.
Yeah, maybe I'll just start doing one of series. Like, this is my current dinner party of dreams.
Yeah, constant
And
source
now
of
I'm in my
inspiration.
new dinner party of dreams era.
Yeah, featuring the KitchenAid.
Yeah, I'm going to have to let you know how that goes.
You're gonna love it. Cool. Well, what are you gonna do
Yeah.
with the rest of your day, Eve?
I'm going to go swimming.
Fuck yeah!
I'm going to go to the Lido.
Which Lido?
Rockwell. The one in, like Herne Hill.
I'm hearing, is it near Nunhead? Because I know there.
I mean, no, but Nunhead is great.
I'm so glad I'm on it.
Before we go, tell people where they can find you if they don't already follow you.
In Mexico. Well, so for now, you can follow at My Lady Garden. I'm gonna once we stop recording, I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna change to. But it's at My Lady Garden for flowery things, at myladygarden.world for online educational stuff. And then if you want personal shenanigans of me in Mexico and being very sassy, it's just at Kaiva Kaimins, because that's my name. I didn't used to post too much on my personal account, but yeah, that's where you can find us on all the website.
I'll put them all in the description.
Well, thank you, and good luck with the rest of your podcasts. And I'll see you in sunny London soon.
Thanks. I'm gonna stop recording. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Tables to Talk About. If you enjoyed it, I'd absolutely love if you would subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps people find us and allows me to get the absolute best guests that I can for you. If we've inspired you to get hosting and you fancy yourself some playful tableware, or you need help setting the scene for an upcoming event, you can follow us at Studio Dine on socials or check out our website studiodine.com for more. I'll see you next time.